we'll get this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll start with this question, count ways to group overlapping range. So question is very simple. Here we are given array of range. Each range will have a start and end value. So basically this denotes all the numbers including start and end. Any given range, if we take, let's say 5 and 15. So this denotes 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, all up to 15. So we have array of range. And what we are asked here is we have to divide all these range into two parts. So if we read this, you are to split range into two possible empty groups such that each ranges belong to exactly one group. So when we take one range, we have to exactly keep it in one group. We cannot keep the range in both of them. And any two overlapping range must belong to the same group. So if any two ranges are overlapping, like here if we take 6, 10 and 5, 15, basically few numbers here are overlapping. So if we have to place one of this range in one group, we have to place the other one also. So we have to find total number of possibilities, like in how many ways we can split these into two groups. So we'll take a example and continue from there. Okay, so here we have, let's say, four ranges: 1, 3, 10, 20, 2, 5, and 4, 8. Can you tell, can you all help me to find all the overlapping range from here? Like, is 1, 3 overlapping with any range in the
1, 3 is
given array?
overlapping with 2, 5.
Yeah, 1, 3 is overlapping with 2, 5.
2, 5.
So in whichever group we have to keep 1, 3, we'll also have to keep 2, 5 with that. Or wherever we keep 2, 5, we'll have to keep 1, 3 also with that group only. Okay. If I take another range, let's say 10, 20, do we have any overlapping range for 10, 20 here?
No.
No, right? Okay. Now if you see 4, 4, 8, this is a left range. Is this overlapping with any of the below range which I have written?
It overlaps with 2, 5, right?
Right. So basically now 1, 3, 2, 5, and 4, 8, this is in one group, and not in group, but wherever we place this, we have to place it together. So what I'll do is, let's say I name this as A, this all three together. Why? Because I know wherever I have to place 2, 5 or 4, 8 or 1, 3, I'll have to place all of these together with it. And I'll name the other range as B. There could be third range also, but for this sample input, we don't have any third range.
So we can
Now
add Kaushik, we can add one third and fourth range here. So you can
okay.
make another range, let's say 29 to 30
29 to 30,
and 30 to 50.
30 to 50.
Yeah. So this is two more intervals we added, and now we can see whether they are overlapping or not.
Yeah. So now we have to take these and see whether they stand individually or they get grouped by these A and B. So if I take 29 and 30, 29 and 30, like no numbers between 29 and 30 is like coming overlapping with any numbers in these intervals, A and B. So we'll take it separately, let's say 29 and 30. Now the left one, 30 to 50. Here, if you see 30 is overlapping with this range, so we'll have to take it together. So 30, 50. Now we have total 3 groups formed. Yeah. Now if I ask one question that we have to divide.
Kaushik, third will be C.
Sorry. Yeah, my bad. So now if we have to divide this ABC into two groups, like how many possible ways are there? Like I want to get answer from you all. So let me begin with it. So ABC, I'll place all these ABC in one side. Another side will be empty. What other possibilities we have to divide this? Like empty is one possible feasible like answer.
A in one side and BC on the other side.
A on one side and BC on the other side. Okay.
AB on one side and C on the other side.
AB on one side, C on the other side.
Then AC on one side, B on other side.
Yes.
C on one side. Okay. C and AB, I will say like is a, yeah, CA one side and B other side is a kind of mirror image of previous one. Like it is just above.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. AC and CA are basically same. So it will be duplicate.
Then we can have empty on this side. That is also kind of mirror image. Empty on first group and ABC on second, right?
True.
Okay. Then can we have B on left? Which is
Yes.
done. No, B and C is done. I think.
So what we can do is let's take all the subset of size 1 first.
Yeah. All
So
subset
A is
makes
A,
sense.
yeah. If A is on one side, BC will be on the other side. If B is on one side, then AC will be on the other side. If C is on the one side, then the left part AB will be on the other side. Right? This is of all one size done. Now of size 2,
Two.
AB is done.
BC, AC is done. BC is pending.
Yes, BC is pending. So A will be on the other side. Now all subset of size 2 is done. Subset of size 3 is also done. And we are done with empty also. So basically, are we just cross check? Are we leaving any possible answer here? No, I guess, right? So if we count this number, it is coming to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total, right? Now here, let's say instead of these number, if it was any other intervals, okay, let's say instead of 1020, it was 920 or any other interval. If let's say we have only 3 groups, always our answer was 8 only, right?
Yes.
Like if we have 3 groups, irrespective of what are the intervals, our answer will be 8. Similarly, can you guess and tell me what will be the answer if we have only 2 groups, A and B? In how many ways we can place them
Two
in
square.
2 groups?
Two
Total?
square. Two
2
square.
square? Yes. So this is nothing but finding total number of subset basically. If we have 2 groups, how many subsets we can have for each? 2 power, like let's say if we have n groups, then basically we can have 2 power n number of subsets. So if we take this AB as an example, empty is one subset, then only A, then only B, and then AB. The remaining parts will be the other half answer, like A, B, C here. And here we have B left, here we have A left, here we have
Empty.
empty left. So if we
First one
can
should be
try,
AB.
yeah,
Right side first one should be AB.
right side first should be AB, yes.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
Kaushik, one more different thought is, can we say once we have A, B, and C group, can we also think like group A can go to either left side or right side because we are partitioning into 2 groups.
Yes.
Yeah. So A has 2 possibilities. A can go to left side or right side. B has 2 possibilities, can be placed in left and right. C has 2 possibilities. So ultimately, if there are total 3 separate overlapping segments, then we are saying there is 2 power 3 is the solution.
Yeah, that's the possibility. Like A has 2 possibilities. Either it goes in group 1 or it goes in group B. So 2 possibility for A, 2 possibility for B, 2 possibility for C. If we multiply this, then total number comes to be 8. Let's say if we have only 2, then 2 into 2, it will be 4.
Mhm.
And similarly, like for n groups, it will be 2 power n.
Yeah. So ultimately, in nutshell, this question was about finding how many overlapping groups we can form. And once we have that count with us, then ultimately answer is 2 power that count.
Yes. So now basically this question boils down to merge interval.
Yeah.
So we have intervals and we have to merge all the overlapping interval to form one single interval. So let's say if we merge this interval, finally the number we are going to get is 1 comma 8,
Mhm.
and this one we, because it has only one interval, so it will be 10 comma 20 only. Next one will be 29 comma 50. After merging all the overlapping interval, whatever is the size of this array of merged interval, that that can give us the answer. So if the size is n, our answer will be 2 power n, right? Like anyone has another way of like thought of another way of solving this problem? So I can walk you through my code, like how I have solved this question. So basically what I did is first I found number of merged interval, and then I just found 2 power that number. Because here the answer could be very large. They asked us to print 10 power 9 plus 7. So I wrote another function to find a power b mod n and used binary exponentiation over here. And yeah, these two questions are a separate question.
Mhm.
And if we know these two, like we can easily solve the question. So I don't think like we have to go in deep and try to solve power and number of merged intervals. These
Yeah.
are the separate questions, and like I can talk a little about this number of merged intervals. So basically here we sort our interval based on the start time, and if any two intervals are overlapping, we try to merge them in one single, and similarly go ahead one by one. So yeah, anyone has any question?
Yeah, Kaushik, if I ask here, the time complexity is first line 35 is just doing sorting and a linear scan.
Yes, true.
Time complexity of line 35 is n log n.
Yes, because sorting will take n log n time, and this is one pass of the array. So n log n plus n. So it boils down to like order of
n
n
log,
log n,
yeah,
and n is the size.
size of the range is there.
Yes,
Okay, and after that, in the main function, we are doing modular exponentiation, which is going to take another log n time.
yes,
So overall complexity boils down to n log n plus log n, which is overall n log n wise, overall big O wise, it will be n log n only.
yes.
Yeah,
We can ignore the term log n because it's
correct,
very small compared to n log n.
correct. So only change I did when I was submitting, I line number 40, rather than doing modular exponentiation, I just went ahead with one loop to
Okay,
find power of 2. I mean, I kept doing, say, p is equal to 2 initially, started the loop from 2 to count inclusive, and just kept multiplying
okay.
and kept doing modulo. So
Yeah,
yeah, so
because here the length of the array is like
it's 10 power 5.
10 power 5. We can run a loop for 10 power 5 time. Anyhow, like we are running it to find number of merge interval.
Correct. So can you, in line 35, if you remove or big O, line 35,
Line 35.
yeah,
Okay,
remove the big O notation, then your solution is n log n plus n plus log n.
plus log.
So n log n is sorting, n is that linear scan to merge intervals, and final log n is for modular exponentiation.
Correct.
Yeah. And in my case, my last part was n. So your solution is still kind of much efficient in the sense like you cut that last n factor by 2, I mean, you replaced it to log n using modular exponentiation.
Yes. Yeah. So we can move to the next question, I think.
Yeah, thank you, Kaushik. Anybody else has any questions on this? Any queries on this? No, I guess we are good to move.